sports, as well as power and politics. And we still have the Chair Elections Observation Group, Victor Nyongesa, who's helping us, unpack the process that began today as to interviewing those ones that will be commissioners of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, a process that Kenyans fault for having taken a lot of time or long before it commenced, and which they say could in a huge way dent the credibility of those ones that will be picked as commissioners or the commission itself. But then again, we must soldier on, as they always say. So right before the break, Chair, we were talking about the individuals that have been picked and perhaps just looking at the law and what it dictates as to what credentials and qualifications the individuals must have.
Okay, thank you. The IEBC Act is very clear in terms of who qualifies for the chair position. I talk about the chair position because today's interviews were for the chair position. It is very clear in terms of who qualifies, and just to mention a few, one has to be a Kenyan citizen, of course, the shortlisted candidates are Kenyans. It also talks about the specific qualifications in terms of one has to have that experience or be in a position to serve as a judge of the Supreme Court. Basically, looking at the qualifications of a judge of a Supreme Court, one has to meet all those qualifications. And maybe just to mention some of them, it's 15 years of experience working as a judge of the superior courts. And when I talk about superior courts, we are referring to the Court of Appeal and the High Court. It also talks about one has to be to meet Chapter 6, the provisions under the Chapter 6 of the Constitutions in terms of their integrity, in terms of course, how they conduct themselves and all that. So it's very clear in terms of what these individuals have to meet. But I know if based on the information that is available in the public domains, the issues comes in on the aspect of meeting the qualifications of Chapter 6.
Integrity.
Yes, the issue of integrity.
Right.
And that's why before we went for the break, I said that even some of the individuals shortlisted for these positions have been either been mentioned in some of the corruption scandals before. But at the end of the day, it is the role of the selection panel to ensure that they look at all these key requirements for such a positions. And even I'm happy that even before the interviews started, there was a window for public participation where the citizens were expected to share their views or their comments based on the list of the candidates that had been provided by the panel. So it's at the end of the day, it is the panel to look at the qualifications, whether they meet all that, and to ensure that they give us the best.
Well, speaking of the public, we have seen that there's a lot of public, confidence bankruptcy as to the election bodies that we get on board over time. From the times of ECK and all that. What will it take for us to attain confidence, that is, of the public as to the electoral body, if at all we are going to talk about them, handling the elections better? And this, I must agree, is not unique to Kenya. The most of the African countries, you find that the masses do not have confidence in, the electioneering period processes, as well as the electoral bodies themselves. Are we restoring confidence, or perhaps we actually need to get the confidence in the past?
In fact, I'll say that should be the first thing we need to do.